Are we going? We going now? Jim Carlson, Bob Flounders here. Penn State just smashed Iowa 30-8. Penn State didn't even have a regular in their lineup at 133. He probably wasn't going to win, but they got bonus points there, or else it would have been worse than 30-8. This is where Cale Sanderson and a couple of wrestlers who got the job done just talked. One of them was Tyler Kasak, got that right. But it was just a all-around great effort, I think, from the Penn State wrestling program. Iowa was unbeaten, but it never really kind of felt close. Just your thoughts. We didn't get to see the one match we wanted to see. We didn't get to see Gabe Arnold and Carter Starachi go at it. Gabe wasn't even in the lineup, so I'm sure he's going to hear about that on social media. But just a thorough win. There were some big victories here. What stood out to you, Jimmy?
Well, as I put in my story, Bob, Iowa did not look like a number 2 team.
Right.
And Coach Tom Brands pretty much agreed with that.
Didn't look real happy afterwards.
Yeah. But Penn State can do that to basically anyone. And winning 8 out of 10, 24-8 in takedowns, as we asked Cale, constantly applying pressure moving forward. It was a thorough beatdown, that's for sure.
Yeah, and just a couple of thoughts here on a couple of matches in particular. I thought it really started to get away from Iowa at 149 when Shane Van Ness scored a major over a very talented kid, Kyle Parko. The big move was a 7-point move there late in the second period. It was 4-4 after 1. But he got the takedown, got 4 near fall points. The place went, there were 16,000 people here. Yeah. Place went crazy, and he just fed off that, and he took them apart.
He did, and he's beaten Parko twice before, but, Van Ness sat out last year. Parko's been pretty sharp this year, and as you said, it was 4-4. You didn't really know where it was going right then.
Yeah.
But the Van Ness's front trip, and then Parko couldn't get off his back. Yeah, that pulled it away, or he pulled away with that. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we follow with Tyler Kasak.
Yeah. What is it? What's the phrase? Bloodied but unbowed?
Yeah.
Because, that's basically what he was. He was just the guy that he was wrestling is a good wrestler, but you could tell he wasn't. He's still rounding into form. Not that that's an excuse, because Tyler took it to him, but the way that match ended with him, he had taped forehead, blood's coming out of his face. And he lifted the kid up with one arm and just held him there so he couldn't do anything, and he just went off. It was really great theater, but it speaks to just how tough it is to beat a kid like him.
Right. It was Ja'Cory Teamer, NCAA runner-up last season. We had Levi Haynes, of all people, at 2 weights down, and Kasak was asked whether Haynes gave him a scouting report, and Kasak said all Haynes told me was to go crush him.
Or smash him,
Smash him, sorry.
Yeah, that's good advice, though, usually.
Yes, and he said he thought he did a pretty good job of that. But the best ending I've seen in a while was when he got behind Teamer and wasn't stalling because he was holding him up in the air, and he still had him in the air when he was able to thrust a fist, and the crowd went nuts.
Yeah, that was really good stuff. We got to just talk about what happened at 84. No Gabe Arnold. They have 2 good kids. They went with the true freshman, Angelo Ferrari, but just, I think the crowd was obviously disappointed. When you're gonna talk stuff on a 4-time NCAA champ, I think you just wonder what Tom Brands was really thinking about that. He basically said they were going to beat Penn State, and he was going to come for Carter's head, and he doesn't even get to crack the lineup. That kid that wrestled it is going to be very good.
Yes.
It was, I think, a 3-1 match. Neither wrestler could do much offensively, but it was just kind of, after all that, to not get that match was a little disappointing.
Well, as well as that, the overall match was going, and people just wanted to see that.
Yeah.
And plus, then you have the whole Ferrari family background that people automatically don't like this kid, whether he's a good kid or not. But yeah, as you said, he was going after Starachi.
Yeah.
But he played the edge a lot, and he paid for it with the stalling call.
Yeah.
But Starachi, on 3 different occasions, tried to pull in a single leg at the mat's edge, and Ferrari was able to whiz her out of it. But a good bout. But he Well, he won't wrestle again this year against Strachey, but he wouldn't beat him this year either.
Yeah, so Tom Brands afterwards was asked about it, and he said they really like Ferrari. They want to use him as much as they can, but still redshirt him. I think he said he had five matches. This was one of the 5, and it wasn't they're not going to use him against Cupcakes. But then in the same breath, he also said, but Arnold's our guy at 184. Now, I know they have a match, I think, against Maryland on Sunday, but if ever there was a time you would want Arnold to go, I think it would have been Friday. I think there was more to it than what he said.
He could still get a match in tonight and then go with Ferrari on Sunday, but maybe it'll be reversed. But,
yeah,
we'll see.
Jimmy, 16,000 people here. They put on a show. It's now 66 wins in a row and counting. I'm just going to ask you, is Penn State ever going to lose another wrestling match ever again? It feels like they're not going to.
I can't look that far, but it would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to say that it was going to happen in the next 2 years minimum. And next year they could surpass Oklahoma State's 76-match winning streak.
Yeah. Josh Barr suffered his first loss, but he wrestled a really, really, really tough kid in Stephen Buchanan. Good match. Just couldn't get anything going offensively, but I have a funny feeling Josh Barr is going to be heard from again real soon. He's probably going to be better after this performance.
Absolutely. I think he was a little out-horsed, and Buchanan's really good.
Yeah.
And he was quick, and he was able to offset Barr's strength and his own quickness. So I think Barr probably did learn a lesson there.
All right, Jimmy, that's a wrap. It was quite a show. There were some celebrities in attendance. Micah Parsons was here. James Franklin, Andy Kotelnicki. Hey, man, everyone wants to see Penn State wrestling, and they've earned all the praise that's coming their way.
All those guys got free tickets.
Yeah, well, that does help.